Hey, good Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us for After GMS. I'm Stacy Spivey here in the studio. Megan Malaris and Christian Morgan are joining me from home as we continue to practice social distancing. Like we always say, we love doing After GMS because this is our chance to have our phones out, be able to talk with you guys about different conversations. But I think everyone's going to be talking about the weather today because, Christian, you say it's going to be sunny, 75, and just perfect, right?
Yeah, that's a word we don't use a whole lot in the weather world, especially lately, but today is one of those perfect days. Generally, people always ask about those sunny and 75 days, and this is one of them, so get out and enjoy. You can see just a few clouds across the sky right now on our weather camera network, Greensboro, Burlington, and High Point, but we'll lose a lot of those clouds as we go throughout the afternoon. Temperature-wise, pretty chilly this morning, lower 40s, even some upper 30s in spots, still in the upper 30s in some spots, but in the 40s across most of the Triad area. 45 in Greensboro, 47 in Winston-Salem, 44 in High Point, 44 down in Lexington as well. Here's what's going on. High pressure in control of our weather. That keeps us nice and sunny today. Also, as it slides off the coast to the east, it'll start a warming trend for us, getting close to 80 tomorrow ahead of this cold front, which is our next weather system. I think most of tomorrow is dry, but this will actually bring some showers in the evening hours and also a chance for some storms late tomorrow night through the early morning hours on Thursday. So let me time it out for you on our Futurecast model. Again, I actually think we see a little bit of sunshine tomorrow. Most of the daytime is dry. Then by about 7 or 8 o'clock, we could have some showers moving into our area. And then we're going to watch for this line of storms to come through around midnight, roughly. Of course, we'll be ironing out the details on this, but it could bring some really, really heavy rain. Also the chance for some damaging wind gusts as well. Some of those showers could linger through the morning hours on Thursday, and then we start drying out Thursday afternoon. Today, though, get outside and enjoy it. Much less windy. It's a perfect day of weather in my book. Lots of sunshine, and I think we will top out right around 75 for the afternoon high. Partly cloudy skies overnight. Some extra clouds will be building in ahead of that system for tomorrow. 55 for the overnight low, and this is good news for allergy sufferers like myself. We are past the peak of tree pollen season, so pollen levels are coming down a little bit. We also have grass pollen in the moderate level, weed pollen still in the low category though. So here's your 7-day forecast. Warming up close to 80 tomorrow ahead of that cold front. Showers arriving in the evening hours, watching for that line of storms around midnight. Some of that rain can linger through the morning hours on Thursday, but we clear out in the afternoon. Much cooler on Thursday too, by the way, only getting up into the mid 60s, close to 70 on Friday. And then as we head through the weekend, sunny both days for Saturday and Sunday, lower 70s on Saturday, and then we'll be back close to 80 again by the time we get to Sunday afternoon, ladies.
All right, and Christian, we're getting some weather comments on the Facebook feed if you'd like to respond to those. Right now, let's get to the latest headlines. The group called Reopen NC plans to protest again today in Raleigh, urging Governor Roy Cooper to lift the stay-at-home order and let non-essential businesses reopen. Governor Cooper has been allowing the demonstrations on the condition people social distance. Monday, our sister station reported the leader of Reopen NC claimed to have tested positive for COVID-19. Posts from the group say that person is asymptomatic and has not been to any of the rallies. State health officials will now reveal which nursing homes have coronavirus outbreaks. This after 2 people died from a COVID-19 outbreak at a Pleasant Garden Claps facility. The new state reports will include the name of each facility where there is an outbreak and a number of positive cases at that facility. The first report with that information lists 6 Triad facilities with confirmed cases of coronavirus, 4 in Guilford County, 1 in Davidson, and 1 in Stokes. In an effort to help stop the spread of coronavirus, state health leaders are ramping up what they call contact tracing. The idea is to trace the contacts of people infected with coronavirus. The state says it's looking to hire 250 more contact tracers by the end of May. They're now taking applications to fill those positions. Stacy?
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You can chat one-on-one with the king of NASCAR. Richard Petty is holding his annual cruise-in virtually this year. This means for a registration fee, you can spend 30 minutes in a live FaceTime chat with the king himself and show him your classic ride. The event is today and Friday. All proceeds go to the Petty Foundation. And speaking of cars, with the stay-at-home order still in effect, you may be driving yours less. But as WFMY's Candace Red reminds us, the few things you should be doing to keep it up and running.
Even during a pandemic, you should keep your car in tip-top shape. If not, problems can arise. That includes a dead battery, flat tires, and even rodents. Car experts suggest driving your vehicle at least once a week for 30 minutes to maintain moving parts and the battery. It's also a good way to get you out of the house while still maintaining social distancing. Mice and other animals might chew on an unused vehicle's wires, make nests inside filters, and damage cars in other ways. Scented sprays are one way to keep rodents away from your parked vehicle during the stay-at-home order. Well, Cynthia Roy is the owner of Roy's Automotive in Greensboro, and she says you should also avoid using the parking brake when storing your car.
What can happen is the parking brake will actually freeze in place, and you may not be able to undo the parking brake without having the vehicle actually towed into a shop and getting it worked on.
Car experts also say that the gas tank should be filled with gasoline stabilizer added to extend the life of the fuel. Tires should remain inflated to the manufacturer's recommendation, and to prevent rusting, door locks, hinges, and releases to the hood and gas cover should be lubricated with a light oil or silicone spray. Cleaning your car inside and out is also a way to keep your car in good condition. For more tips on this, all you have to do is visit our website. That's WFMYnews2.com.
Candace, thank you. Now we want to continue a conversation that we started on the Good Morning Show today. Guilford County school leaders talking about the best ways to get kids back in the classroom this fall while keeping everyone safe and healthy. So we want to hear from you guys right now. What do you think is the best protection for students? Is it students wearing masks, more online learning, social distancing at lunch, or extra school cleanings? Already seen a lot of people commenting on our Facebook page. I want to get to a few before I talk to you guys about this. Amy says, I just asked my 9-year-old and she said she'd be willing to do maybe some online learning, but she definitely would be willing to wear a mask to be able to go back to school. Alan says they need to hire more custodians. And then Melissa says, my child's school has 1,200 students. No way they can't social distance with 30 kids per class. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on this, but I want to hear from you guys. Megan, what do you think?
Well, you know, online learning is a great option right now. Obviously, we're in this situation that's somewhat unprecedented. We're keeping kids safe by keeping them home for the remainder of the school year. That obviously is the right move. That said, I don't know how sustainable online learning is potentially long term, even into the fall, without risking kids falling behind on their education. Think about not all kids right now having the same access to resources or having that parental help as far as guiding them and keeping them on track for their lesson plans. So I really hope that by the fall we are not dealing with this type of pandemic concern that we are now. That said, obviously it's right for the districts to be thinking about measures they can take, whether that's increased cleaning, whether it's adding a nurse at each school, which is one of the suggestions by GCS. Whatever it takes to keep kids healthy is what's necessary, but I really hope that they can be together in a classroom setting by the fall, as long as it's safe.
I definitely think this is going to change the way schools are ran in the future. Like you mentioned, Megan, with custodians, adding more of those, and also nurses. Christian, what do you think about everything?
Yeah, you know, we were talking a little earlier on the Good Morning Show about how it's going to take a while. Even if we, go back to school in the fall, in the classroom, it's going to take a while for things to get back to that sense of normal that they were before all of this started. So, we mentioned this morning, maybe having it split where you do a week of online learning and then a week in the class, just kind of split, the students up into teams. We were also talking about how many students are crammed into classrooms right now. So there'll have to be some kind of way where we can spread the students out. And of course, I know that requires more teachers, which is another battle in itself. But I'm sure, we just have to figure out ways to maybe kind of bridge the gap so that we can get our students back in the building. But whether or not they're in there every single day, I think it's still kind of up in the air.
I think so as well. It's possible maybe they could do some kind of split learning. I know that Dr. Sherry Contreras with the Guilford County School Systems has talked about that with some virtual and then in-person learning. Chantel actually weighing in saying, just let them go back and wear masks, wash their hands, try to keep them as socially distant as possible while sitting in class, but let them play together because they are kids. increase the sanitation efforts in schools. And then Stephanie simply says online learning. You can continue to weigh in on this conversation, but we do want to switch gears to something more fun because we like to smile on the Good Morning Show. And today is actually National Superhero Day. We want to know about the superheroes in your life. We know a lot of people look to those in the capes with like Batman, Spider-Man, possibly. He doesn't have a cape though, but we want to know about the real life superheroes. So we asked you to text us and let us know. Let's take a look at some of those comments from what you guys are saying. If we could pull that up possibly. And there we go. All right, this is the first one that we got. It says, my dad is a truck driver. He travels 48 states delivering food, medicine, and other stuff to help the stores get stuff. His name is Warren Hairston. Thank you so much, Warren, for everything you do. Another comment from another viewer saying, my superhero is my dad. His name is Aaron Patterson. He is a bus driver, and ever since school has been closed, he and a couple of co-workers have been delivering food to the kids in the area. Thank you for what you guys are doing. And another comment says, this is my superhero, my husband, Lee. He's an assistant chief at McLeansville Fire Department and has been doing what he loves for over 30 years. He's just one of many that run in when others run out. Yes, great there, seeing that. Another viewer says, these ladies are my essential workers. They have been here every day since this began with a smile on their face and love in their heart for these babies. I would love to get a shout out to YESS Learning Center staff. I love these guys. And another says, my daughter is my superhero. She has been through a major surgery at 6 months and a feeding tube for another 6 months with a rare hernia. Now she's 19 months old. She is thriving and bringing me life and joy. Oh, she is just precious. What a blessing there. Someone says, my wife and business partner, Cindy, the tireless defender of justice, whose profession is a defense attorney, often unappreciated by society until the unexpected happens. And we want to take a look at just one last comment. Christy Clay is our hometown hero. She has tirelessly made over 500 masks for our local community and surrounding areas. She has made them for nurses, police officers, restaurant workers, disabled veterans, the elderly, and not to be forgotten, her coworkers. So many people doing so many great things, all superheroes in our lives. I have to say, guys, I posted this on my Facebook page. And I had to give a shout out to my husband because he really has been my superhero lately. We just moved recently, like I've mentioned, and he has been so great about the honey-do list and just really, though, keeping me sane and keeping me happy during these difficult times. But also just all the people out there on the front lines. You guys are superheroes day in and day out. Megan, do you have a superhero in mind?
Yeah, I do. And before I share that, I want to get to Amy Adams. She's watching our live Facebook feed right now. She says all the school workers are her superheroes. She said they have stepped into a difficult role right now to help all students. That is so true. These teachers have had to quickly adapt to something that most of them have never been through before. And they've had to adapt to online learning, whether in the form of Canvas or trying to help their kids learn through Zoom sessions or Zoom Q&As. So she's so right. And that school workers are superheroes too. My superhero, as I posted a picture on my Facebook page, Megan Maleros News, if you're interested in checking that out, is my cousin, Justine. She is a physician, and she has been working so hard. She would never ask for this type of public recognition, by the way, but she's been working so hard to keep her patients healthy, safe, and calm during this time of difficulty, uncertainty, and fear. Her husband, also a doctor, and I am so proud of them and the work that they are doing, just doing their job, but making a difference in lives of people, literally saving lives every day. So thank you to our healthcare workers during this time. Superheroes wear capes as well. And we've heard from several other people on my page. We'll be sharing those comments on WFMY News 2 at noon. But I love seeing the variety of superheroes. You know, they're not this traditional of what we think like Batman and Robin, always wearing the big flowing capes and rescuing people from burning buildings. They come in all forms, all shapes and sizes. And we love sharing your heroes on After GMS.
I definitely love seeing everyone's comments and hearing their stories. And Megan, a huge, shout out to your family members that are working on the front lines. I do also think that meteorologists, in a sense, are superheroes, especially in severe weather. Christian, a lot of people turn to you guys for safety, and you're so important.
Well, I appreciate that. You know what? The nice weather days like we have today, those are the easy days. What we're mainly here for, though, is to keep you safe, and especially during this time of the year when we do have a lot of severe weather, when our weather pattern is really, really active. And I want to give a shout out real quick. I have a lot of heroes in my life, but the one I want to shout out today is actually my girlfriend Meredith, who works in a nursing home. She's an administrator in a nursing home in the Triangle area, and so she is on the front lines of this every day, trying to keep those residents safe and keep those residents happy, meanwhile trying to juggle not only their needs but also their families' needs as well. Of course, they're not letting visitors into the nursing home right now, so I try to talk to her every day, and I can tell it's really taking a toll on the workers there, just on their mindsets and their mental health. It's a stressful time. So to everybody working in nursing homes and everybody in healthcare, just everybody that is putting themselves right out on the front lines and putting themselves at risk to keep all of us safe and keep all of us healthy. Just a huge shout out to all of those folks.
Yeah, definitely been thinking about Meredith, praying for her. She is such a sweet young lady. Kesha actually commented and said, mental health workers are superheroes every day. I definitely have to agree with you, Kesha. She says they go into unknown situations and bring order and peace to a chaotic situation that most won't take the time to understand. Very, very true. We got to focus on our physical health, but our mental health in these days, weeks, possibly months to come. But something that can make us all happy today is the weather. Christian, I've been saying it all morning. I don't know where that came from, but I've been saying it all morning that it's going to be sunny and 75, like Joe Nichols' song.
Yeah, that was the song I was looking for this morning. It's by Joe Nichols. That's it.
Why don't you sing it?
That's it. Take me somewhere sunny and 70. Okay, all right, let's get to the weather because y'all don't want to hear me sing this morning. All right, it's nice today. Just get out and enjoy it. We don't get a lot of these perfect weather days. We don't say that perfect word a lot, especially lately with our very active weather pattern. So take advantage of it today. Get out and enjoy it. 75 by the afternoon. A few extra clouds late this evening. You'll probably notice those in the sky ahead of tomorrow's system. Getting close to 80 tomorrow, actually, before that cold front passes our area. Chance for rain comes tomorrow evening. Most of Wednesday is actually dry. We get some showers around 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we're really going to watch carefully for a line of storms to move through around the midnight hour, give or take a little bit. And we'll be, of course, be nailing down details on that. As that line comes through, we could get some really heavy rain and the possibility for some damaging winds too. So we'll keep our eyes on that, and we'll be watching. We'll be keeping you updated, of course. Some of that rain could linger through the morning hours on Thursday, but then we clear out Thursday afternoon. It's breezy Thursday afternoon, also quite a bit cooler too. Temperatures in the mid 60s, warming up close to 70 on Friday. And take a look at the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are both gorgeous, lower 70s on Saturday, and then we'll be back close to 80 again by the time that we get to Sunday.
Oh, 80 degrees.
Yeah, and Christian, real quick before we go, there was a question on our WFMY Facebook feed about whether these storms are going to be as severe as last week. You said they're really not, but again, we just have to all be weather aware heading into this severe weather season, not only for tornadoes, straight line winds, all the other factors that can be real problems this time of year, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, April, we tend to think of summer as a time where we get a lot of storms, but really right now, April is kind of the peak season for severe weather. The atmosphere is really volatile. There's a lot of changes, not only between temperature, but there's a lot going on in the atmosphere. And that's why this tends to be our most active weather season right now. No, the storms that we're looking at tomorrow night don't look to be like the past couple systems that we've had. There's not as great of a tornado threat with this system, hardly any one at all. Of course, anything is a possibility, but our main concerns with this line of storms tomorrow night is going to be the heavy rain because the system is moving pretty slow, and also the possibility for damaging straight line winds. So of course, we'll keep you updated. We'll nail down all those details as we go throughout the afternoon, and Tim will of course have more updates this evening as well.
All right, Christian, thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching After GMS. We love that you commented and share your thoughts with everything on our Facebook feed. And we'll be right back here tomorrow. And also you can join us today at noon for WFMY News 2 at noon. But until then, have a great day. Maybe get outside and enjoy the sunshine.